All right. Look at this juicy gate to crash. 8 people deep. Let's get it. All right, y'all. It's actually a very requested video that I'm putting here for you today. It took me a while to put this out. I saw some other people put stuff out, but I keep getting asked for it, so I'm gonna put out my own. So we're gonna talk about probably one of the most popular events in the game, and that's Valley of Conquerors. Okay, it's a weekly event, so you sign up for it once a week. It lasts for 6 days. And then there's like a kind of a day cooling off period, whatever, re-upping period. It's 4 teams, different colors, trying to earn as much points as possible. You probably already know these basics, but for people that don't, I'm going through them. So here are the rewards. Every team gets fantastic rewards. Now, one thing to keep in mind, it is a 500 diamond buy-in now, but it's fairly easy to earn those diamonds back. But you see team number 1 gets obviously the most rewards and so on. Even at team number 4, it's still worth the entry. 7 summon crystals, a mythic piece of gear, 50 contracts, 50 million bread for the worst team. So, and then there's individual rewards that you can get into as well. So let's jump in here, kind of give you the overview look of Valley of Conqueror. So you start here. This is showing you the base right now. We can open up the map and kind of look. You'll see there's all these different nodes, and essentially the more nodes you control, the more points you earn. Okay, so each one of these, if you tap on them, each tower, it tells you points per minute. Owning this tower earns 10 points per minute. Okay, so that's basically the simple overview. We'll talk about a little bit more as we go on. Okay, you have a couple of key towers in each sector. So again, if you look at this, you see there's kind of 2, 3, 4 different sectors, one for each team. Each sector have these 2 important towers. This is a resource tower, okay, or it could be called the bread tower. All right, this one is worth 20 points a minute, but more importantly, if you tap on the little gold icon above it, it gives you the option to deploy a champion, and that champion is going to collect bread for you. And actually, if you can leave them in there longer, they get purple and gold books as well. But this is a good way to earn bread resources for leveling up your districts. Okay, and then there are also these buildings. These buildings provide bountiful rations. They're also worth 30 points per minute, and each one is a different thing. Okay, this one has Constitution plus 10. If we go up and we look here, this one is Fortitude plus 10. And if we look over on this side, this one is Strength plus 10. And if we come down here, this one is Attack Speed plus 20. Okay, so there's 4 different ones to be captured there. In each team's different section, and each one does different stuff. One other thing to point out about this bread tower, okay, read the instructions very carefully. It says, please deploy a legendary 6-star mage champion. So if you open this up and you're like, I don't have any champions, why isn't it letting me put champions in? Like I was the very first time I ever played. It's because it has to be legendary and it has to be 6-star, and each sector has a different requirement. I believe it's mage, tank, warrior, and marksman are the 4 classes. Assassins don't have one. Okay, we also have gates. Okay, Gates are going to allow passage in and out of the different territories, kind of obviously. The thing to note about gates is that they are not worth any points per minute. Okay. So, and then you have this middle section. Again, if we pull open the map, this middle section right here, kind of the neutral section, because it's in the middle of the map, and that's kind of the spot where all the war will or should be taking place at. So let me pull up this map, give you an overview of the different colors. You see here, I have each sector in the color of where the teams start. So upper left, you have purple. Upper right, you have yellow. Lower left, you have red. Lower right, you have blue. Okay? And in the center, I have it marked orange. That, again, is that neutral zone. So here's something that I think is very simple and very key, but I think a lot of people miss it, don't understand it, and therefore don't know what they're fighting for. Okay? Each sector, again, look at the colors on my map. Each specific sector, okay, if you were to have all of the towers in that sector, it's worth a total of 240 points per minute. Okay? Multiply that by 4. That gives you 960 possible points from those 4 sectors. Here's the catch. The middle part, the neutral zone as I call it, it is worth a total, if you have all of the towers within that section, that neutral zone, that is worth 760 points just by itself. Without any of the sectors, 760 points. So if you add those totals up, that's 1,720 points per minute possible in Valley of Conquerors. So I want you to understand this very carefully, or very closely. If you were to control the neutral zone and your own sector the entire match, you win. It is impossible for any other team to gain more points per minute if you are controlling the entire neutral zone and your sector. I mean, the map is really kind of that simple when you boil it down. Okay? So now that we've talked about that, we've talked about points. This is really just kind of a simple, kind of low level, I'm even going to call it like a solo player overview. What kind of things should you be doing while you're in here to be successful? Okay. Well, first let's talk about quests, because that's kind of basic. Quest gives you some nice little goodies as you're going through. I don't really pay attention to the quest. I just collect them when they pop up. Okay, so I just kind of do my thing. The merit board. Now, this is going to be your individual rewards. Okay, you see here 1 through 5. See, that's the top 5 players all get the same rewards. This isn't like the challenges where number 1 gets better rewards than everybody. Number 2, if you're just in the top 5, you're getting the best rewards. And these are some pretty juicy rewards. 20 chalices, 20 stamina potions, 40 hours of gold, 2 mythic gear items, 40 gold books, and 80 purple books. Okay? And then 6 to 10, not too shabby either. Okay? And you also get quests from this as well to give you some more goodies here. So you want to, like, your merit is basically how much are you contributing to the match. The other set of quests, the battle log, are newly added to this mode. Okay, and you see this is where you can earn your 500 diamonds back. And actually, if you see mine right here, if you fill up entirely, if you do 100%, you get double the amount of diamonds back. And these are easy, like cost action points. Basically, you just have to spend your action points. You have to spend 10,800 action points. Start battle. That means you have to initiate 150 battles. Win battles. You only have to win 50 battles. Collect rewards. That means collecting from those bread towers that I showed you, those resource towers, 60 times. If you really want to do it, so like what I just actually did, because the only bread tower on this particular account, I only had the tank bread tower. I only have a tank that's legendary or higher that fits those towers, and that's over in the purple team's area. So I went over, I captured that tower, I planted my team there so nobody could take the tower, because I happen to have the strongest team in this particular match. And then I just, over the course of the next hour, every minute I would pop in there and collect, pop in there and collect, pop in there and collect. Because this particular account for me is so new, I couldn't just camp at a resource tower like you would generally do in a VOC match. But you can do that. To get these collect 60 rewards, you just have to collect 60 times. If you have the patience and the time and whatever, you can actually knock that out in an hour or so. Just go to a tower, and every minute you can collect from that tower and get that. Okay, and then merit ranking. You just need to do, you have to hit merit ranking 30, it looks like, and then you do all those and you get double the diamonds that you paid in. So that's pretty good. Okay, so the merits, the activity points, all of that stuff, those are all rewards for you to get. The team rewards we already looked at. Okay, in the center area here, you see we have a couple more of those towers. This tower is plus 10% damage. This tower is plus 10% damage reduction. And this is the big boy. This one's actually worth 100 points. And this gives you plus 5 to all attributes. Okay? All right. So what should you be doing as a solo player in a Valley of Conquerors match? Basically, you should be running around collecting towers. Okay? Each movement costs you 30 points. Okay, so you can see here, I have my third team in that gate. If I tap on this tower and we look here, you see team number 3, it's going to take me 30 action points to take this tower. Another thing you can see here, you see it says defending squads, 0. That means that's free. All I have to do is select the team I want, hit assemble, boom, I take it. There's no fight because there was nobody there defending, right? We can check this one, nobody there defending, so I could go take that if I wanted to. So we'll do that. Now this is going to cost 60 because it's each point, right? So I have to actually go over here to C16 and then come back to C18. So that's going to take me 60 points of my action totals, okay? And then, you can always look around. Here's another one that's free. So I'm just going around and I'm collecting these and collecting points for my team. Now, here on this one, we have one that says defending squads 1. So there's a team in there defending it. And if you hit view, you can actually see the team that is defending it. So this is a team that's about 507k power. I can see it is F Lion, F Lycanus, F Doombringer, F Ignis, and F Zace. Rock on girl power. Okay? So that's what I'm going to be going. You can also use those. Those are in slot order too. So Lion is in slot 1, Lycanus is in slot 2, Doombringer is in slot 3, Ignis in slot 4, and Zace in slot 5. So you can use those to plan your squad accordingly. Okay? Hopefully you understand those basics of running around and collecting things in VOC. The rest of VOC is mostly just like combat. Like, how much power do you have? Can you beat the team? Can you not beat the team? Now understand, if you do not have a strong team, that does not mean you cannot contribute. you can absolutely run around and just take towers like I showed you. I've done that I don't know how many times before the most recent update. When the matchmaking was kind of bad, there were matches where my highest team was like 1.2 mil, and I'm up against people that are like 4, 5, 6 mil. I can't compete with that, but I would still end up in top 5, top 10 merit because I'm still just running around taking all the empty towers. Now, one of the best ways to get merit are to crash gates. Now, right now, this is the only gate that's up that we don't have. If we look at it, there's only 2 people there, so it's not really that valuable of a gate. But if you can find them with 6, 7, 8 of them all filled up, okay, that's a really nice way to build your merit. The more fights you win, the better off you'll be. Finally, the last thing I want to show you that I think is important for you to learn and master and understand is a technique that is called gate swapping. I hear a lot of people all the time talking about they need to build 3 full teams for VOC. And that might be true the higher up you go. I have not been involved in a highly coordinated, high level, all teams are strong type VOC contest. So I can't really speak on that. And again, like I said, this is more just focused on the person that's in here, kind of solo. The teams aren't really talking. Like if you look at mine, I have one person has said something the whole entire match. So it's not like there's a lot of team because it's all random people. And now it's, random languages, things like that. So the communication isn't always going to be great. So you got to kind of play on your own, but play to benefit your team. So gate swapping. What is gate swapping? All right, well, I have my main team here. Okay? If you see here they are, right? But let's say I want to crash this yellow gate we just looked at. Well, I can't reach them from here. I only got 60 movement points left on my team down here. Okay? But I'm at a gate, so I can change my squad. Okay? And here's a pro tip. If you're going to use this method, if you are not loading up 3 full different teams, leave one person on your team as a placeholder. Understand, yes, if somebody comes along, they're going to take it. But if you leave a half-ass team there, they're going to take that anyway. But only leaving one person there at the gate gives them less merit. Helps you stay higher in the merit ranks because you're not giving them merit back. You're taking the merit, but you're not giving them merit back. So now I have changed my number 1 squad. Okay, let's go look at number 2. Now number 2 is here also at a gate, and they are within range of this yellow gate I wanted to hit. So now I come in here, I swap out this team to my main team. And now this team, okay, we can go march over here, okay. We can start taking some of these towers, can make my way over to this gate with a singular strong team, okay. So until you get to the point where you have 3 fully leveled strong teams, you're better off mastering gate swap and using the one big team everywhere you go. Or pre-plan your routes, right? So we can come here now, right? We have 3 teams because I just pushed another team. So when you kill a team, they go to the closest gate that they own, all right? But you don't have to fight them again. But again, if we look at this view, this is the order that I'm going to fight everybody in, except number 3 is I'm just instantly going to win because he's already dead. I already just killed him. So if we fire this up, when we take these teams, you can see how I am able to use this gate swapping method to use my one single team, but be in multiple places. And as long as I end at a gate, and as long as my other teams are at a gate, I can do that, and I can use my big team everywhere I go. Okay? So we can do that, and then we can keep coming through here. And like I said, if you plan some of this out, you see, like, nobody are in these towers. So I don't really need to fight. Okay? So let's say that I know at this point, see, I only have 182 action points left. And let's say, oh, here's some way to fight. Okay, that's actually a big one. But let's say my action points aren't going to let me finish at a gate. Well, as long as I'm just taking towers, look, nothing says I can't take this out, give myself a single, like a scout team is what I'll call them, and then we're just going to come take these gates. All right. And there you go. See, I captured those gates, but now that team is stuck out in the middle. I couldn't have gate swapped again if I had left my big team on, but because I didn't need my main team, I can go back over to where this team is at. I can put my big team back in the gate if I want to, and now go on about my business with them. Hopefully, this walkthrough of Valley of Conquerors will help you understand how to get better at playing solo, help you understand how to still be useful when you only have one strong team, or when you don't have any strong teams. Run around, collect towers, get merit. I am Belligerent. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.